These are the only 3 diet changes you need if you want to get in great shape in 2024. There's so much fluff about what diet is the best, what foods you should and shouldn't be eating, how much food you should eat, what time of day you should start eating, what time of day you should stop eating. Like, there's so much fluff and confusion and nonsense that it's like you might as well not do anything after you have this information overload. All you want to do is lose 20, 30 pounds of body fat. You want to get healthy. You want to have more energy. You want to get off medication, whatever the case may be. And you just want a simple and practical way to do it. And it's like you can't find a simple and practical way to do it. So I'm gonna give you the only 3 things that you need to focus on, and it's gonna make a dramatic difference in your health. It's gonna make a dramatic difference in your body composition. You're gonna feel amazing after you implement these things consistently. You're gonna get to exactly where you need to be. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so that you do not miss any more uploads going forward. Upload every Tuesday and Thursday with videos helping you drop body fat, building muscle, get healthier, and just live life the way you want to live it. So diet change number 1 is to balance your freaking plate out. Everybody's always telling you what you need to take out, what you need to remove from your diet in order to get to where you need to be. I'm telling you that you need to add foods into your diet. You want a protein on your plate, a carbohydrate on your plate, a fruit or a vegetable, and then a healthy fat source every single meal. Now, sometimes that healthy fat source could come by way of the protein. Like, for example, if you're eating some salmon, you're gonna get great omega-3 fatty acid content from that. Tuna, other redfish, things like that, you're gonna get great fatty acid content from that. But you can also easily just drizzle some olive oil on a baked potato, and then that's your fat source. Or have some walnuts in a salad, or have some cottage cheese or something like that. If you can put all 4 of these things inside each and every single one of your meals, you're going to get the nutrients that you need. And like I said, not enough people talk about getting the proper nutrients. Everybody talks about eat less, don't eat this, don't eat that. Nobody's talking about what you do need to eat to build a healthy, energetic body, to get your body performing optimally and functionally. Like, that's what we want. We're not just having excess weight is a symptom. It is not the be all, and it is not the, hey, if I do this, then everything else is gonna. Having excess weight is typically a symptom of being undernourished but overfed. It means that we're consuming too many foods that offer us not enough nutrients. So if we can get our plates built to a point where you consistently are getting all the necessary nutrients that your body needs, you're gonna find it so much easier to drop body fat. It's gonna happen so much more consistently. You're not gonna hit these hard plateaus and reversions. You're gonna be able to consistently make progress. So protein, healthy fat, carbohydrate, and a fruit or vegetable in every single meal 3 times a day, and you're solid. Diet change number 2 is going to be plan a weekly indulgence. And I know this one is probably coming out of far left field, because you probably thought that in order to get in shape this year, you were going to have to swear off your martinis or slice of cake or cheeseburger, whatever your thing is. You thought that you were going to swear off of it forever. And I'm sitting here telling you that you should have it once a week. The reason why I say this is because humans, adults especially, well, all of us, kids, adults, whoever, just humans, hate restriction. We hate feeling like we can't do something. We hate feeling like we're constantly denying ourselves something. And don't get me wrong, you do have to deny yourself. Like, if you just adhere to every random pleasure that you had or urge that you had, there's no way you're going to get in shape. As a matter of fact, that might be why you ended up where you are now, because every time you had a taste for something, you just ran out and got it. Every time your stomach growled a little bit, you went straight to the pantry to get something to eat. So you do have to make adjustments in those areas. Don't get me wrong. But if you can strategically plan your indulgence, you'll realize that you don't have the craving as often. For example, we got our meals planned out. Like I said, the meals that, balanced plates, we got those planned out. We know exactly what we're going to eat. And you don't have this weekly planned indulgence, then as soon as the eating gets a little bit boring, because it will, as soon as it gets a little bit boring for you, you're instantly going to start thinking about these other things, and you're not going to feel like there's any end in sight. And that's actually going to make it more likely that you revert and that you fall off of your game plan. But if it's Monday morning, and you're eating your balanced meals and you're doing well, and let's say Tuesday you're good, and then Wednesday hits and you start kind of getting a little bit more of a craving for something or whatever. If you know that you and your wife or you and your husband are going out for a date night on Saturday night, y'all are going to your favorite restaurant, maybe it's Cheesecake Factory, like best restaurant ever, or something like that, and you know, like, hey, I'm gonna have a cheeseburger and I'm gonna have me a slice of cheesecake. If you know that that's coming up on Saturday, it's going to be a lot easier for you to stay dialed in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because you know that you have that planned indulgence coming near the end of the week. And then after you get it out of the way, like, okay, cool. Now I can go back to normal. I can go back to what the way that I was normally eating. Eating them one time is not going to kill you. Eating them one time is not going to completely thwart your progress and your gains or your fat loss. Is consistently consuming things like this. But if you can add it into your day, it's just like a treat for yourself. The same way that going to the movies might be, the same way that buying a new pair of shoes might be. Having a meal like this is a treat, and it's not something that you should do consistently, but it's definitely something that you can add into your life once a week to just enjoy something different than the super clean meals that you might be having normally. Last but not least, I saved the most controversial for last, is going to be no snacking. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I am not anti-snacking in the sense that I think snacking in and of itself makes you gain weight, makes you gain body fat. It's what we choose to snack on. Think about what a snack is. A snack is something that you basically eat unconsciously. Like, nobody's gonna sit down at a table, put a napkin in your shirt, sit out your silverware, and eat a snack. You're gonna eat a snack while you're driving, while you're doing work, while you're playing around with your kids, while you're in the store, whatever the case may be. Like, that's when we make the decision to snack. We make the decision to snack when we're doing something else. So that automatically means that we're not present in the foods that we're consuming. We don't really have awareness of how much of it we're eating. A lot of times it's going to be things that you're dipping. It's going to be like, even for example, hummus and peppers, or celery or something like that. On the outside, like, those hummus is a good quality spread. Obviously celery, carrots, stuff like that, like, it's totally fine on the surface. But what happens is that hummus gets a little bit too good, and then before you know it, you've thrown back 250 calories of the dip. Like, it still contains calories, and that's calorie leak. And that's what happens when we snack. You have so much calorie leak. You have these things that you consumed 500 calories of it and you didn't even think about it. And then you still consumed all your balanced meals as well. So even if it's a healthier snack, a lot of times the reason it's a snack is because it's easy to eat while doing other things. And if you're doing other things, you're not present in your food consumption, and you're pretty much always going to over consume. And also, just because we don't have to be eating all day. Like, that's a big thing as well. Like, we don't have to be, like, you should be able to go 4 or 5 hours without consuming food. That fasting period is actually extremely beneficial for our body, extremely beneficial for our blood sugar levels, extremely beneficial for our digestive system. You should be able to go that long without consuming food. And if you can't, I want you to take that challenge on. I want you to take on the challenge of, like, hey, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to eat a healthy balanced meal at 8 a.m. and then another healthy balanced meal at 1 p.m. and then another healthy balanced meal at 6 p.m. and then be done for the day. I got all my nutritional needs. So any more food that I'm eating is strictly because I want it, not necessarily because I need it. And that's something that obviously we want to work on as well. If we want to drop body fat consistently, we want to lean out, building muscle, and get your body healthy, we have to get to a point where we're able to control those urges as they come up. So to recap, number 1, healthy balanced plate 3 times a day with a protein, carb, fruit or vegetable, and a healthy fat. Number 2 is to plan yourself a weekly indulgence so that you don't go crazy and binge. And then number 3 is to stop the snacking. So these are the only 3 things that I will implement, and guarantee you it's going to help you completely transform your eating habits. It's going to help you completely transform your body, completely transform your health. Everything that I said You're going to be able to do this for the rest of your life. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this conversation. This upcoming Friday, I'm actually releasing a guide on how to bust through a weight loss plateau. If you click the first link in the description, you'll be able to access that. Get on our newsletter list, and I'll send you an email personally this upcoming Friday to make sure that you get access to that. And then if you've been watching for a while, you've been following me on other platforms, like, hey, you know what? I think that you might be the person that I need in order to get my health in order and get where I need to be. Click the second link down in the description and take our transformation quiz. I'm going to get info about your goals, about, your struggles, about your lifestyle, everything that we need in order to create a tailored game plan to get you in great shape. So that's going to be the second link in the description, a transformation quiz. Click that and we'll talk and see if, we're a good fit to work together. But that's it. That's all. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of this. Please comment below with your number one takeaway, which one of these 3 rules you are most excited to implement. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so that you don't miss the next upload here in a couple days. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.